Hello everyone. Today I'm talking about a very important feature. In fact, this feature may help you a lot, saving a lot of your time. I'm talking about keyboard macros. So what is a keyboard macro? This is basically doing some critical task by pressing only one key from your keyboard. Let's say you want to open YouTube. For that you need to open the browser first, then type youtube.com here, youtube.com here, and then you go to the site. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could just click a single key from your keyboard and let's say a ghost come and take you to the YouTube directly? Yes, it would be amazing. So why waste time? Let's jump into the actual content. I will talk about several type of macros today. At first, let's see how we can open a program with our macro. So first assume you are a gamer and you want to open your game, let's say your favorite game, Valorant, with your macro. To do so, you need to go to your keyboard software first. In my case, it's Redragon gaming software, and here you can see no macros are set currently. Let's try to add Valorant in our macro key G1. So first we click launch program. We browse for Valorant, which is at my desktop. Let's find it out. Where are you? Yes, here you are. Valorant. I click it, click open, and then yeah, it looks good. Okay. Yes, our macro key G1 is now set. You can see that in my Redragon gaming software application. As you can see, Valorant is now set in my macro key G1. Let's check it out if it works or not. I'm pressing the key G1 from my keyboard now. What the f? It gives an error. Actually, this happens because the program just needs some parameters or arguments to be passed to the exe file just before it starts. Now the question is how you know these arguments and how do you pass it to the program. To do that, you need to right click the app. In our case, it is Valorant. Right click here, go to properties. You can see the target. Everything after .exe here, these are the parameters, and you need to pass these parameters into the exe file, valorant.exe file, to actually run it. Now you know the parameters, but now the question is how do you pass it to the program by yourself? Okay, you can do it easily by cmd or command prompt. Let's say we open cmd from here and we copy the whole line and paste it here. Did our program run? Yes, it ran. So you need to write this command in your command prompt to actually run the program. Now, how can you set this into your macro? What you need to do is just you need to create a text file here. Just create a text document, name it anything, like I am giving it name test, and open it. You paste the copy the line from here and paste it here and save it. Now you make this text file into a batch file. You save the text file as .txt format, but you cannot see the .txt extension here. The name is only the name. If you can see it, it's okay, but if you cannot see it, you can enable it, or you need to enable it. To do so, you need to go to this PC, go to view, and check the box file name extensions. Now you can see that this file is .txt file. Okay, we need to change this .txt file into .batch file. To do so, we rename it. Okay, click yes, and your batch file is ready. Now let's run this batch file. To run the batch file, double click on it. Let's see our program runs or not. Yes, our program runs, so it works. Normally our keyboard software does not support bat file. You need a exe file to be executed as a macro. So what you need a program called bat to exe converter. You will find the link in my description box. You need to download this software to convert the bat file into some exe file. Now this program converts our batch file into a exe file, but there is a slight problem. The first time Windows Defender or Virus and Threat Protection Center will block this process, so we need to turn it off manually. We go to Virus and Threat Protection and we turn it off. In my case, it is already turned off. Now we open the program, we run it, and we open our bat file in this program. Okay, now as you can see, this is the actual line that will use our command prompt to execute the program and open the Valorant application. So as the command prompt is opened, we need to close it manually. So we write another command, exit, and then click convert. And we can save it anywhere we want. In my case, I will save it in my desktop and will name it valorant2.exe and save it. Okay, this process is finished and you can see the program valorant2.exe here. Okay, as our .exe file is ready, we can now set it as in our macro key. We open our gaming software and we set that program in our macro key. Click OK and save it. Now let's see if our macro key can open the program. We clicked our macro key. It opens the command prompt and executing this command. So let's wait. Yes, our game is now running. I am closing it for now. As you could see, our program worked perfectly and we set that program into our macro key. Now our macro key can open Valorant, our favorite game, in just one click. So this is amazing. As you could see, our macro key now works. Let's now jump into another type of macros. Okay, now let's say you want to add YouTube in one of your macro keys. So to do that, you go to your browser, you type youtube.com, go to the site, then click menu, more tools, create shortcut and name it anything, then create. Okay, now there is an icon or a link to the YouTube directly. If we click this button or click this link, this will take us to YouTube directly. Now we do the same process again what we did earlier. We go to properties, we copy the whole target, we create a text file, paste the target. To close the command prompt automatically, we type exit, save it, close it, then rename it to something .bat. Okay, after that we open our program, our converter, open the bat file, convert it, rename it to YouTube, and we are done. We are good to go. Here is our youtube.exe. Now we go to our keyboard software, we set the YouTube program in our another macro key, Where is the program? Search it, youtube2.exe, open. Okay, save it. Now our YouTube is set on our second macro key. Now if we press this macro key, yes, this thing works. You can add any website as you want. Okay, now let's talk about another type of macro, which is key press record. Let's say you are in login page and you want a macro button to type your password and logs you in. So what you do, you go to your keyboard software, you select the button you want to set the macro, you go to macro manager. Okay, there is a entry for my password, I delete it. Okay, you just click the plus button here and create a new entry, give it a name. I'm giving it a name, a pass. Okay, now what I will do, I will record my key press or key press sequence and assign it to the macro key. But before doing it, you notice that record delay is checked, which means the delay my fingers make before pressing the keys or between pressing the keys, it will be recorded. We do not want this. We just give the constant delay 1 millisecond to make our password or the macro process faster. Now we record the password and stop it, then save it. Okay, now let's see if this works or not. Okay, now let's say we are in our login page and we click on macro key here, and the macro key inputs the whole password for us and then logs me in. That's all for today. This is my first video, so you can see the nervousness in my voice, I think. So please ignore it and comment below and let me know what cool macros you made or created. And thanks again for watching so long. Thank you.